Hi, Cindy from the Paper Studio. Today we're going to make a quick journal with an insert that you can case in. Sometimes you don't have time to fold all your signatures and to make a text block, and you can purchase a book block that comes with bookboard to make a quick and easy journal. Looks like this. You can use any kind of decorative paper and then any kind of book cloth, and it makes these great journals. Some are lined, some have white inserts, but they're pretty fast and easy, and they turn out really nice. All you need is your kit, is the book block and the boards. Then you're going to need some decorative paper. You're going to need some book cloth as well. I'm going to use this book tape. We sell it by the yard because it's even faster than gluing up book cloth. The other thing you're going to need is a little spine liner, and how you determine what size your spine liner is that you measure the width of the book text block, and then you cut a little liner that's going to fit when you make your case. You can make a hard spine as well if you want to cut bookboard, but you can use cardstock or fine art paper to make a little spine liner. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to build our case, and we're going to do that with the book cloth tape. I'm going to fold it in half just to find my center point. There. And I'm not folding it all the way down. I'm just kind of pinching the ends to get my point on center so I know where to put my spine liner. I'm going to peel this off. This tape is really great. It works really well, but you'll see it sticks to me and everything else. All right, there's that. Once you get it set down, I'm going to grab my little spine liner. Now I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going to set this on center as best as I can. All right. And then you need to create a 1/4 inch gutter or gap so that your book opens properly. So I'm using a 1/4 inch brass. So I've laid that down. I've lost my pencil. There we go. Then I'm going to draw a line on each side. This is going to help me know where to place my book board. There we go. See, I told you it sticks to everything. And then if you can get through that, you can get through anything. I'm going to draw a line on the other side. Okay, I'll move this out of the way. All right, so I have got my lines drawn equidistant along the spine piece, and I'm going to set this brass down at the very bottom of the spine, so that way it'll help me line up things. I'm going to set down my first side. I'm just looking at my little 1/4 inch marks. Set that down. I'm going to set that down. I use brasses all the time because they're accurate. You don't have to do all this little finagly measuring. They just work really well. I'm going to do a fold over on the top, fold over on the bottom, and then I'm going to add a little piece. This is sticky in here, so I don't want to put my book block on it. I'm going to add this little book cloth just in the center. No one's really going to see this. It's just going to be a little structural support. And I just smooth it down with my hands. You can burnish it with a Teflon bone folder, but don't burnish with a regular bone folder because you'll leave shiny marks on your book. So now I've got my case. I'm going to test my book block to make sure it fits in the case. Okay, everything fits, so we're good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my decorative covers. I'm going to glue those out. Now I've got text, so it is going to matter which way is up and which way is down on my text. I kind of like this side. I'm going to make that my front. So I'm going to add some glue right onto the decorative paper. You can watch my glue video if you need a glue refresher. Alright, and I'm going to glue it out. This is machine-made paper, so it tends to curl once it gets wet, but if you keep gluing it out, you don't really have to add more glue, but if you keep gluing it out, it will actually relax. You want to have your brush move kind of nice and freely over the book block, the decorative paper. Okay, don't pick it up. If it starts to curl, don't, have a heart attack and pick it up. Just keep gluing it. Once it's all glued out, set your brush aside, move my tools over a smidge. I'm going to set my book block here. Now I'm going to add my decorative paper to my cover, get it going the orientation that I like. I'm going to just set it on here. I'm going to overlap the book cloth just a smidge I want to get it even top and bottom. All right, that looks good. Now I'm going to move this gluey piece of paper out of the way. That's the hardest thing, is managing all your glue papers. Now I'm going to smooth this down with my hand because I can feel if there's any bubbles. I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to fold this piece over because I don't want to glue it to the waste sheet below. Tuck that in there. All right, now I'm going to cut my corners. Oh, you want to have 2 board thicknesses. And then I'm going to do a fold over on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to do the little corner turn-ins. I have a little excess paper there, but that's okay. I'm just going to fold it in. Okay, so I've got one side done. Now I'm going to do the back. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing on the back. Okay, now I finished my back side. Again, you want to put your book block in. Check to make it fit, sure it fits top and bottom and the foredge. Once you make sure it fits, you're ready to case it in. So I want to make sure it's equal top and bottom and on the foredge. And then I'm going to start gluing. If you're new to bookbinding, you may want to put a waste sheet in between the first page and kind of protects your book from getting glue all over it. So I'm going to go ahead, put glue on top, right on top of the text block. I'm going to glue out. All right. I typically do the front of a book first because it's easier to get the alignment and get it seated where you want so that it looks nice when someone opens it. The back is pretty much going to go where it's going to go because it just needs to fit together nicely. Okay, so once I've glued that out, I'm going to close the book. And I'm going to push it back so it's seated nice and snug against the spine. But I'm not going to push down on it too hard yet. This is your chance to fix any little marks, like if it's not totally even, which mine wasn't. So I'm going to now I'm going to smooth it down. Once I've checked and it's all even and happy, I'm going to just wipe a little excess glue off. So then you can go ahead and smooth it down. But don't do the smoothing down until you check to make sure it sits appropriately. Same thing on the back side. It doesn't take very long to case it in. And again, if you're new to bookbinding, put that waste sheet in there so you don't glue your book block together. You know, the more experience you got, the easier a little bit easier it is to glue. Again, you're going to go ahead and close your book. That looks good. And again, the back is going to sit where it's going to sit. The one thing about smoothing it down, I always do it with my hand, and you want to keep it at a 45-degree angle. You don't want to open it all the way up because you'll stretch your pages and you'll get a big wrinkle in the spine. So once you finish your book, you want to put some wax paper in between the front cover and the first page because this is very wet, and you'll do the same thing on the back side. You'll put wax paper right in here and then you're going to set it under some weight. So now you have a quick and easy journal.